Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Naturally Spiritual, where we correlate the spiritual with the natural. I'm
And
Cheryl,
I'm Sherry.
and we're here. Let's celebrate a little bit of that Juneteenth. And,
Happy Juneteenth,
happy
everybody.
Juneteenth and what it really stands for, what it means.
hmm Well, Juneteenth, back in the days, we history shows us that slaves existed.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for these slaves over in Texas, they didn't know that they were free.
Didn't even
Didn't
know.
know. And so after the reading was read that you guys are free, what do you do with that?
Right.
Like, are you tricking me? Are
Right.
you sure? I really am free. And then so with that comes first excitement and then
Mm-hmm.
comes fear. What do I do with that? Where do I
Mm-hmm.
go? Especially for those who this is all I
This is
know.
all I know.
So you're telling
right.
me this no longer is,
Right.
so first,
It
anger,
wasn't so bad.
surprise,
Look,
right. And
that
if I've been
familiarity.
yeah. So unfortunately, that created a space of what do I do with my
What do I do?
newfound freedom?
Right. Because
I've been
I wonder how many actually left or how many said, this is a trick. This is, because sometimes
right.
when things fall into place, it scares us.
Right, exactly.
And we want to stay
Oh,
on, no
no.
matter how uncomfortable we are, it's still more comfortable
right,
than
exactly.
the unknown, right?
Right.
So I
yeah.
wonder how many went, no, I'm staying with Master,
And Master, I'll stay here. Me and the whole family, we're gonna stay here. But you have to give us a couple pennies.
Yeah,
but
yes,
we'll stay.
yes.
So I'm sure it worked out, and I'm sure it created a whole lot of questions
Right,
after that.
right.
Because think about like when we were growing up. Dad would put us on punishment, and he never gave us a length of time. He'd say, "Come inside and stay inside,
and I'll let you know."
Right, and I'll let you know. And then it never felt. It would always be a time when we thought we had some plans. We were going here, we were going there, we were gonna do that. And we end up on punishment. It was like instead of him telling us no, you can't go, or I'd rather that you not go, he'd find a reason to put us any stupid thing to put us on punishment. You like what? And so he'd come in that night. Why didn't you go to so and so? And you're like, I was on punishment. He go, oh, I didn't tell you.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, look at this.
So I'm like, he had some tricks. He wasn't a disciplinarian.
Not at all.
So
that was his way. And then so he tried to make up for it the next day. Give us extra ice cream money or something like that.
Yes.
To pacify us, because he knew you knew what you put us on punishment for wasn't really punishment, but then you're gonna tell me I could have been free, but you withheld that information from me.
Yes, and so that kind of leads into what we're really talking about today, because what you don't know, you just don't know, right?
Exactly.
But what you do know, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
So what you do know, you have to govern yourself accordingly, right?
Exactly.
So look, if you know better, you do better. If you know not to do something, don't do it. It's simple. Yeah. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just again, I just wonder how many people didn't react or didn't act
because they didn't know how to react. They didn't know how to respond
so
to
I just wonder. And so I'm even going to I'm just gonna go ahead and go into the word, because I'm like, yeah, my mind's going so much. But in Proverbs 11:9, it tells us, "An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor."
Trying to hold a man down.
Trying to hold a man down. But in neighbor is anybody. It doesn't have to be the person who lives next door. It can be somebody in your
community,
your circle, anything, But through knowledge shall the just be delivered. So just knowing, you're free, you're delivered, and just knowing whose you are.
Right, say it.
What you have.
Exactly.
What you can do.
Exactly.
What you can put your mind to. Whatever. Knowledge. What you can take, what you can't take, what you can stand, what you can't stand. That knowledge, it is so powerful, so powerful.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So just stand on that knowledge. Stand on what you know. Go for what you know.
Exactly. And in order to gain knowledge, you yourself have to read, and we will direct you to the Word of God every single time.
Right.
and we look at things in the natural, but the things in the spirit are so applicable to what is in the natural, you know, because it's all intertwined. Right. So we always will direct you to the word of God. You know, go get you some knowledge. You know, go get you some wisdom. You know, that's not something that's just given.
That's just given,
so
right?
You have to gain it. Yeah, you have to be resourceful and go to the source. You know, go to the source. Pick up some things here and there. You know, and that way you can question. You know, you said I have what, but the word says. I don't have it because of this. Or you said I'm not what, but the word says I am. You know, the word says I'm a conqueror. I'm a child of God. So therefore, I get his inheritance. Yes. Yeah, so you have to combat things. Again, it goes back to knowledge. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is king. You know, cartoons back in the day, that Saturday morning cartoons. Knowledge is king. It was is key. That was the commercial. Yeah, knowledge is key. So anyway, go get you some knowledge. You know, stay in your words. Right. Use your resources. Right. Go online, Google. You know, you go to the library, whatever. Oh. And while you're at the library, go ahead and request that naturally spiritual. It's there, right? Right, it's there. And then if you don't want to do it at the library, you know, go ahead on that old phone you want. You know, those smartphones nowadays, and go ahead and like us. You know, share us, talk to us. Yeah, right? And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then while you're at it, go ahead and get you a little bit more knowledge and buy that naturally spiritual. It's full of knowledge, you know, right? Yeah, and pair that with your word. Right. You know? So go ahead and get that done. We hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Juneteenth. Right. And some of the celebrations occurred over the weekend, you know, and then some will be this upcoming weekend. Yeah, so but get out there and get you some knowledge and go out and enjoy the events. All right. Have a great, great, blessed night. Good night.